The girl had just woken up from a deep sleep. She immediately told her family to lock all doors and windows, then ran to the kitchen and turned on the gas because she knew, in just 3 minutes, a mysterious killer would break into their home. It turned out, she had just been reborn. In her previous life, she had just finished tutoring her half-brother, but as soon as he stepped out the door, there was a loud knock from outside. When her grandmother went to answer it, she was killed by a masked murderer lying in wait. Her brother rushed to help, but was also killed by the mysterious man. In her final moments, her grandmother managed to shut the door, trying to protect the girl, but the killer somehow opened the door and slaughtered the entire family. Just then, the girl suddenly woke up. When she saw the time, she realized she had been reborn. Remembering the tragedy of her past life, she didn't waste time explaining the lesson to her brother. She told her family someone was coming to kill them, and tried to get her brother and grandma to leave the house, but her grandma didn't believe her, thinking she just had a nightmare. Her brother thought it was just exam stress, but the girl insisted they must leave the building, thinking she was shaken. Her family reluctantly agreed to go with her, but as they reached the stairwell, they ran into the neighborhood butcher, the same man the girl had once complained about, for chopping meat in the middle of the night, so he didn't look pleased to see them. The girl suddenly remembered, the killer looked a lot like the butcher, and began to suspect it was him. Her brother stepped forward to block the man protectively. Seeing this, the butcher grumbled and walked away. The girl noticed it was still daytime, so she planned to escape to a safer place, but in that moment, she saw the shadow of a masked man holding a knife by the wall, so she rushed her family back home, and called the police to report a murder threat. Her grandma and brother were too scared to argue. They thought she might be having a breakdown, but the girl began to reflect on when she had offended the butcher, then remembered it was because of her noise complaint. A chilling thought crossed her mind. Just then, someone knocked on the door again. When she looked through the peephole, she saw a bloody knife outside. She instantly panicked, but then, her grandma approached to open the door, and to the girl's horror, the neighbor lady was standing at the entrance. She came in and said she made some chicken soup especially for the girl. The girl suddenly remembered, in her past life, she started feeling dizzy after drinking that soup. That realization made her sure something was wrong, so after the neighbor left, she didn't drink the soup. Instead, she told her grandma and brother to shut all doors and windows tightly, because the neighbor lived next door, and could easily climb in through the windows. Then the girl turned on the gas stove. Her brother tried to stop her, saying it was dangerous, but the girl replied that the gas was dangerous enough to get others' attention. Just as she said that, there was another knock at the door. The person claimed to be from property management. Her grandma was about to open the door, but the girl reminded her all the building staff were women, and this was clearly a man's voice. Hearing that, her grandma became alert. The girl then told them to hide in the bedroom, while she stood guard at the door with a wooden stick. Minutes passed. Suddenly it became quiet outside. Thinking the killer had left, she walked out of the room, but then she remembered. She forgot to close the bathroom window, and in the very next second, the killer appeared right in front of her.